The American education system is broken. It's failing future generations in ways that are beyond repair unless we take a long, hard look at how it operates. You've been told from the moment you started school that education is the key to success. But what if I told you that the system built to prepare you for life is actually setting you up to fail? Education should prepare you for the challenges of adult life, right? But here's the shocking truth: much of what is taught in high school and college is useless. How many of you have spent countless hours memorizing formulas, historical dates, or obscure facts that you'll never use in your career or personal life? Yet, it's hammered into your head that this is essential knowledge. Instead of wasting time on content you'll never need, why aren't we learning about subjects that are actually important for surviving in today's world? Personal finance, taxes, credit scores, how to negotiate a salary, how to build wealth. These are the skills young adults need, not a 100-question algebra test on a topic you'll never hear about again. Imagine if we spent even half as much time teaching kids how to manage their money, how to budget, or how to prepare for real-world situations. Instead, we get a curriculum that's outdated and irrelevant. The truth is, the education system is failing to give kids the tools they need to thrive as adults. You've been sold the dream that without a degree, you won't get a good job, and without a good job, you won't succeed. But here's the hard reality. College degrees are losing their value. You know what they don't tell you? Degrees aren't the golden ticket they once were. The cost of college tuition has skyrocketed. In 1980, tuition was around $3,500 a year. Today, it's upwards of $40,000 a year for many universities, and that's not even including a room and basic living expenses. 4 years of your life, 4 years of debt, and at the end of it, what do you have? A degree that's worth less and less every year. Students graduate with massive debt, while their degree doesn't guarantee them a job. In fact, many end up working jobs that don't require a degree at all. Time is money, and those 4 years spent chasing a degree could have been used to build experience, skills, and a career. So why are we still telling our youth that this is the only path to success? Then came COVID-19, a pandemic that disrupted the world to its core. But for many students, it wasn't just a health crisis, it was an educational crisis. The switch to remote learning was a disaster. Many students simply stopped showing up, stopped engaging, and became increasingly disconnected from school. And what happened? The results are clear. Test scores plummeted. Kids are less functional in subjects like math, reading, history, and science. Gen Alpha is falling behind in the basics, and no one seems to be doing anything about it. It has gotten to a point where kids in 5th grade and up don't even know how to read anymore. Students who were already struggling before COVID are now miles behind, and the system's failure to adapt has only worsened the gap. While the world changed, education remained stagnant, and we're seeing the disastrous results. It's not just the content that's problematic, it's the bias. Teachers are not supposed to use their positions of power to push personal beliefs onto students. But time and time again, we see left-leaning or liberal propaganda sneaking into the classroom. From purple-haired, chubby fat women pushing views on LGBTQ+ rights, to framing racism against white people, the classroom has become a breeding ground for political indoctrination. Almost reminds me of the Kamala Harris campaign, and you all know how well that went. While it's important to teach about these topics, there's a fine line between educating and pushing an agenda. These biases create division, confusion, and frustration, especially when students are taught to accept certain viewpoints without ever being encouraged to critically think for themselves. Rather than teaching kids how to think critically about all perspectives, many are being shaped to accept one and one only. And then there's the social aspect of college. We've all seen it: students more focused on partying, socializing, and building their college experience than on actually learning. While a little fun isn't the problem, the entire college system is built around these distractions, distracting students from their true purpose: education and career preparation. This social pressure can send students down a path that takes them further away from their academic goals, making it even harder to stay on course. But can we blame them nowadays? Throughout Gen Z's childhood, many of the movies and shows would paint college as a big party or a time to focus on getting laid or being irresponsible before you graduate and be a real functioning adult. I think I speak for many college students when I say this is nothing like what college actually is in real life. Sure, there is the occasional party or event, but you actively have to seek out these opportunities or know certain people. College is actually all studying and very little fun involved nowadays, as the cost is so insane that if you don't take it seriously, you are, financially speaking, an idiot. The reality is simple. America's education system is failing its students. It's focused on teaching things that don't matter, pushing outdated degrees that cost more than they're worth, and ignoring the needs of the future. The next generation is being told they won't succeed without a degree, but they are also being denied the real-world skills needed to make it. The system needs to change. We need to shift from outdated textbooks to real-world education, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, critical thinking, and career readiness. If we don't, we're setting up the next generation to fail before they even have a chance to begin. If you haven't checked out my other latest video about how boomers won't leave the workforce, do check it out. I have a lot planned for the new year of 2025, and I'm looking forward to sharing my insights to more level-headed individuals like yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next one.